do? What are the odds? What are the odds? Hey, Tony P, what are the odds?
Buddha bow! What is up, everyone? It is me, Tony P. That makes this Tony P. Oddcast. That makes the theme song from Greg Klima. You can find him at klima.com. That's K-L-Y-M-A. And it's been a while. It's been a couple weeks. I'm excited to be back, man. I really do. I know I've mentioned this before. I wouldn't do this show if I didn't enjoy it. I wouldn't make this if I didn't have fun. Because I'm certainly not making money, but I'm having fun. And yeah, I do it because I love it, but I've been busy. And I missed a couple episodes. Ace Tigress on Twitter called me out, said, man, it's been like 14 days. I'm sorry. But I'm back now. How you guys been? We got to catch up. So what? Why was I so busy? Supposedly, oh, Tony's so busy. He can't take 20 minutes to make a podcast. Well, it takes more than 20 minutes. The show's 20 minutes, but you got to record it. You got to edit it, do all that stuff. But yeah, man, let's see. All right, so 2 weekends ago, I went to Disney for a friend took me for my birthday, and I got a lightsaber. I know we're on video. I should just pull it up. I should just show you. Maybe I'll do that later. And then the very next day was the Super Bowl. So I was watching the Super Bowl. And then the next day after that, I had to go to Chicago for work, which sounds so cool until you realize, well, one, it wasn't even technically Chicago. It was like a suburb of Chicago, this place called Lisle, which I'd never heard of. And then two, it's just work. So like there was really no time for anything fun. And then three, it was like 20 degrees there. I got a picture of a parking lot with snow, and that pretty much was the whole trip. Like that summed it up. Here's a parking lot with a bunch of snow piled up. Yep, that's about right. That's the trip. So yeah, man, that just between like Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, like I know it only sounds like 4 days because it is, but it like threw off my whole week because normally I record on Sunday, Monday. And then, so yeah, I got back. I was kind of tired and just kind of chilled out. And then the following weekend was my birthday. It was my birthday last week. So I went out to eat for my birthday and did a few things and had fun, and it was great, and everything was great. And the traveling didn't go well, but everything was great. And so I just took a couple of weeks off. So you know what? Taking a little break. And then like there hadn't been any good stories. I was like, man, these stories aren't good. This isn't fun. But I got some good stories now. We're back to some animal stories. Those are always the best. Speaking of animals, I was at the airport with the largest amount of high school cheerleaders you have ever imagined. Like, I know you're like, oh, I've seen a bunch of high school cheerleaders. No, you've seen like maybe 2 teams, maybe 3 teams. This was the I don't know, high school cheerleading championships or whatever the hell it is. Just so happens they have them in Orlando, Florida. Just so happened it was the weekend of Valentine's Day and the Super Bowl. Just so happens that means Monday they were all going home. And they were all in the Orlando airport getting yelled at for having like lotions in their bag and stuff. And TSA wasn't having it. So yeah, it was packed with cheerleaders. I hated them. I hated every single one of them. The Starbucks line was long because they had to get, I don't know, they were getting like berry spritzers or something. I don't know. I don't even know what that is. No, they really weren't that bad. I mean, they weren't great, but they weren't bad. It was fine. You know, the airport's just never fun to begin with. So any other minor annoyance, like I already don't want to be there. And I add on hundreds of cheerleaders, like get out of my way. But if it wasn't for them, it would have been some other people or some other thing. You know, it's always something. Something else I learned. First off, I've never been to the Orlando airport. Nothing to write home about. But they do have a Lids, which is a hat store. If you need to buy some hats or jerseys coming in or out of Orlando. I used to live in Georgia, as you know. So I'm a Delta guy, man. Delta hub is in Atlanta. You can get you can get a Delta flight from Atlanta to Columbus. That is not a joke. It's like 10 minutes in the air. You can get a Delta flight anywhere. And so that's what I've been used to for the past 15, 20 years. So it was weird coming to Orlando. They only got like a couple Deltas. I was like, what's going on? What do you mean? Yeah, the big thing out of here is Southwest. All right, sure. That's an airline. That's fine. I'm sure it's just like every other airline, right? Wrong? I'd never flown Southwest. I was telling my friend this story. He immediately was like, oh, yeah, it's a little bit different in Southwest. He didn't tell me. He didn't give me a heads up. He didn't tell me that. Granted, he had no idea I was traveling, more or less that I was traveling Southwest. But, yo, if you've flown Southwest, you know this. I hadn't. I didn't. They don't assign seats for like 3 days. I was trying to check in, like, can I pick my seat? Can I pick my seat? I like a very specific seat. I was like, can I pick my seat? No, you can't. I was like, oh, maybe it's because it's a work thing, or because like we booked it all through work. I was like, I don't know. Maybe it's a different service or something. I don't know. You get there. I don't know how they give you this letter number combination. But then they're like, all right, everyone, just line up in order and just find a seat when you get on the plane. What is that? I didn't pay for this particular flight because, again, it was through work. However, paying too much to just find a seat. The hell is that? Was it like a bus? I just get in where you fit in, dog. No, I want a very specific seat. So the flight going over, I was fine. I had I don't know how I managed, but I had A4, which is like the fourth person on the plane. Literally pick whatever I wanted. Sans all the family boarding and special needs. Okay, fine. Coming back, C-74, which is literally the fourth last person on the plane. They called the boarding. They were like, all right, anyone with C-31 and up, it's your time to board. I said, hey, what's up? The lady said, no, you got to wait. I said, ma'am, I thought it said 31 and above. She said, it does, but we go in order. I was like, then why put 31 and up? Why? So it's not 31 and up right now. It's 31. You might as well just have a deli. They might as well just have a deli number thing. Let's just do that. So, dog, I was the last one on the plane. Surprisingly, thought I saw a bunch of window seats. Again, wrong. It was kids. There were so many kids on this flight that I thought it was half empty because they weren't up above the seat. And I never knew how many kids fly into Orlando, but I have learned now. And I have learned my lesson, and I've learned so much about Southwest and the Orlando airport. Hey, y'all, this episode of Tony P. Oddcast is brought to you by Hungry Root. It's a new meal service I use. I like it. It's not all pre-made, but it's not a lot of cooking. So you kind of feel like you're cooking, but you're really not cooking much. It's in one pan, so that's cool. Today I had Butterhead burger and beans. What is a Butterhead burger? Apparently it's a type of lettuce, and it was like a half veggie, half bean, half meat. Yeah, I know that's 3 halves burger. Pretty good. The other day I had a spinach artichoke bruschetta chicken wrap. Yeah, I'm reading them all off of the app. If you want to check out Hungry Root, you can go to TonyPHenderson.com and get $50. You just get $50 credit to Hungry Root. You want to eat like me? Go to TonyPHenderson.com and use the code for Hungry Root. All right, here's the story. I know you're like, yo, where's the story? I want the story. I don't care about him flying. I don't care about what he eats. Well, here we go. Speaking of eating a lot, let's talk about Hank the Tank. Do you know Hank the Tank? Not Frank the Tank from Old School. I mentioned that the other day to somebody. I said, oh, have you seen Old School? They were like, oh, you mean Hank the Tank? I said, no. Hank the Tank is a bear. Frank the Tank is Will Ferrell. But I kind of like Hank the Tank better. Hank the Tank, a big bear notorious for wreaking havoc and residential neighborhoods has hit another home in Lake Tahoe. The 500-pound bear is known in the area for breaking into homes and eating people's food. Now he's being blamed for dozens of break-ins since last July. Of course. The black bear fits the profile. This is what we call a severely habituated bear. He's a habitual line-stepping bear, basically meaning he has lost all fear of people and furthermore associates people with food and food sources, according to the California Department of Fish and Wildlife. Police say he carried out his most recent break-in by entering a home through a window. They say officers banged on the outside of the home until Hank popped out of the back door. That's crazy. Did you not like, is he busting windows or just opening them? What's going on? It's really scary because we used to be able to go on walks and bike rides by ourselves, but it's become a bigger problem, said resident Olivia Phillip. No, you haven't. Come on, don't. I hate when people get so dramatic. I can't even leave my house anymore because of this bear. No, you can't leave your house because there's people out there. Like, you're more likely to get attacked by a human than a bear. Also, you're on a bike. Like, just the bear, the 500-pound bear isn't sneaking up on anybody. That's the part I don't get. Just ride your bike, man. So now we bring the bear horn whenever we go on walks or bike rides, or just bring a bear horn. Like, I feel like if Hank's there, there's been other bears, like, I don't know, it just seems just dramatic. Like, who can we talk to? Oh, the lady who's scared to ride her bike. Anyway, the Bear League, which apparently is a nonprofit wildlife rescue group, does not want Hank to be killed, obviously, but rather they want him taken to a sanctuary. It's extremely frustrating to imagine with these other options to save his life that there's a threat always looming that the cops in the neighborhood may want Hank killed. We can't sit back and just accept that. It's not tolerable. To kill him is going to send a message to the public that the Department of Wildlife doesn't think his life is worth anything. Yeah, no, I don't want that. They better not. I don't understand. Why would they have to kill him? Like, just, if you can get that close to shoot him or trap him, can't you just, tranquilize him? Like, just shoot him with a bunch of tranks and then put him in a truck and bring him to a bear place. I don't know where bears live. But, like, the cops were there. They saw him in the house. They yelled and screamed till he left. Just shoot him up with some tranks. I'm not a bear hunter. Help me. Am I overthinking this? Am I like, is it more detailed, more nuanced to that than I realize? Am I, am I making it over easy? Anyway, the department has set traps in the area in hopes of catching the big bear, but they have since been removed after a public outcry. They say authorities have responded to over 150 calls about Hank. Both the California Department of Fish and Wildlife and Bear League agree Hank needs to be taken off the streets. But how that will happen is not clear. Y'all, they making it sound like this bear is out here selling drugs and shooting people. Yo, we got to get Hank off the streets. It's a bear. Trank him up, bring him to the zoo, or the Bear League or the Bear Sanctuary or the woods or something. So if you find yourself in Lake Tahoe, please be careful, and please bring your bear horn.